What's up, everybody? It's your boy, J.R. Lee, aka Food for Thought, aka the Young Mogul himself. And I just wanted to get on here and share some food for thought, man. Many of you guys have been following on my journey for the past few years. It's been a lot of years, man. A lot of years, man. I just turned 30. That's amazing. I've never even imagined my life or what it would be like at 30. Couldn't picture it that far. Many of you do know I graduated college not too long ago. I graduated college on my 24th birthday, May 4th, 2017. Dropped out a few times. I didn't know where I wanted to go. I was drifting through life. Drifting. Many of us are drifters. Many of us drift through life. We don't know what we want to do. Maybe, we have a gift or a talent that we may have, but we don't know how to use it. We don't know, we have a passion that we don't know that we can actually, our parents and school and society tells us that, get a job, get a job, get a good job. And many of those jobs that we get undermine our passions, or, it's not involved in any type of way. And so, like, I was one of those people. I was drifting. I graduated college. I was depressed, didn't know what I wanted to do. And that can be that could be a terrifying thing. So, I went on this journey of, trying to figure out who I was, and I like this, I like that, but I'm really good at this. That could make money. I'm a hustler, man. I'm a creative at heart, but I'm a hustler. I'm gonna get to that money. I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do, and that's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. A lot of things that I've done in my life is because of the fact that I was trying to get that money, and I'll do whatever it takes. Or people say, "Oh, you're good at this. You should try that," and so that led me along certain things and different loop de loops of roller coaster rides and all that good stuff, man. But for a long time I was drifting, and I didn't know where I was drifting. Where did I get this drifting word from, right? One of my favorite books is actually called Outwitting. Thinking Original, one of my favorite books, but one of my other favorite books is Outwitting the Devil, also by the same author, Napoleon Hill, also co-authored by Sharen Letcher. And I had the pleasure of having Sharen Letcher on my podcast, The Fly on the Wall Show. Surreal, one of the best-selling authors, sold millions of books. She's also the co-author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, another amazing book. Speaking to her face to face was surreal. That was man. If you want to listen to that conversation, tap the link in my bio. Go to Spotify, Apple, YouTube, all that good stuff. Episode 44, I want to say. I think it was 44. I don't know, but that was surreal, man. But I learned a lot, about myself from reading that book, and like, how we drift through life, and one of the reasons why we do so is because, that book. It's crazy because that book, Outwitting the Devil, was actually banned. Like, it was banned in like schools and churches and all that good stuff because of the fact of the information. The devil that they talked about in the book is not the devil, the traditional sense of the devil, like when you think about like religion and church and Christianity and stuff like that. The devil is actually this thing right here. It's your mind. You see, because your mind, although it is your greatest asset, it can also be your greatest liability. Shout out to assets over liability. Shout out to assets over liability, the boys over there at Earn Your Leisure, man. But your mind can also be your greatest, strength, your greatest tool, but it can also be your greatest weapon of mass destruction, because this thing right here controls everything. It controls your mind, it controls your body, it controls your decisions, it controls every choice that you make. you know and for a long time I would tell myself that I wasn't good enough. I would tell myself that I couldn't do this and I couldn't do that, and this wasn't for me, or those things don't happen to people like me, or oh, you can't have that. You can't. Oh, you just got to do this. You just got to. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And oftentimes the people around us will tell us the same thing. And even if we don't believe it to be true, if you hear it long enough, you start to believe it, because whatever you put into your mind over and over again, that repetition of thoughts, you start to program your mind and you start believing that. You know what I'm saying? That's why auto-suggestion is so important. And talk about auto-suggestion and Think and Grow Rich, how you can program your mind to, to believe something. Because it's a conscious mind. It's a conscious mind doesn't know the difference between real and fake. So if you want to trick yourself into believing something, just listen to it over and over and over again, good or bad. And so, I was drifting for a long time, but it wasn't until I, got out of my own way. And that's hard to get out your own way because, like I said, man, I graduated at 24 years old. Yes, I graduated, but for me, I feel like a failure. And sometimes I could be my own, big enemy, because sometimes I feel like I'm not doing, what I need to be doing when I need to be doing all the time, and so that may be true sometimes, but I can be really, really hard on myself. And so I've achieved a lot of success over the last few years, right? I've been able to, you know, help, businesses earn six figures. I've been able to sell thousands of different things and have my ideas all over the world. I created the Dragon Ball do-rag, and that changed the culture. Shout out to Thundercat, who made a hit song of that. I was able to get that to T-Pain. I was able to meet some of the people that I always wanted to meet and have conversations with all these different people, but still there's so many goals that I haven't accomplished yet, right? And so that sometimes beat me up internally. And I had to learn, and I'm still learning this, that you got to give yourself grace, right? You got to really truly be grateful. And it's so funny because I got this tattoo tatted on myself, a few years ago, to remind myself. It's a symbol of gratitude, to remind myself to always be grateful. But sometimes I still forget, and sometimes that happens in life. Sometimes you forget, but you got to remind yourself when you forget. You know what I'm saying? You got to take the moment, slow down, think about everything that you accomplished in your life, and be grateful for that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why goals are so important. Sometimes you got to revisit those goals. That's why they say write down your goals. Write it down and revisit it often. Think about where you were before. Think about where you are now. I was reading a post the other day, and it talked about the fact that, you got to be present. You got to be present. If you think too much in the past, that's how you start creating, depression and depressive thoughts. If you think too much in the future, that's how you start getting anxious. So you gotta be present in the moment, focus on the moment, focus on the right now, focus on what you can do today. And so I know I'm supposed to be getting out here and making more videos and sharing these food for thoughts with you guys, right? I've been slacking on that, but I've also been accomplishing some other goals. As you can see, I've been trying to get my body right. I lost over 50 pounds, man. Trying to get right, get this body fat down. I'm getting there though. I would never get on here and show a video like this, never in my life. But I'm getting there. I'm getting more comfortable with myself and who I am and how I want to show up in this world, man. So just wanted to make this video. It's already after over 7 minutes. I ain't editing this shit. Finna post it just like this. I don't care. I just wanted to share, just some of my thoughts, man, what I've been thinking about for the last few days, man. But, I just want to, come on here and to encourage anybody that, feels like they're not doing good enough or their life is not where they want to be. I just want to let you know, man, your life can change just like that. All it takes is a decision, a conscious decision to want to be better and want to be greater. It just takes a conscious decision, and you just show up every single day and put one foot in front of the other. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, it takes 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. You got people that, they don't become a success until to the almost when they're an old man or woman, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? But it's that journey. It's what you learn along the journey. It's about encouraging and inspiring somebody else, so they can go on their own pursuit. That's what I'm doing here with my journey, man. Like I don't even act like I have this shit figured out. I'm so transparent. Y'all done seen my failures. Y'all done heard some of my successes. I document all of this shit. So encourage, even if there's just one person out there, that they can do it, man. So that's it. That's all I got for today, man. I'm gonna post this on Instagram. Tap in. Don't forget, check out the Fly on the Wall show. I just dropped some amazing podcasts over the last few months. A lot of them talking about weight loss and health and nutrition and stuff like that. But a lot of my episodes are about entrepreneurship, mindset, what is success, creating your own definition of success, man. That's what the Fly on the Wall show is about. It's really about my journey and, of my journey of finding success. But, I study all these amazing people. I seek out all these amazing people. So, you're successful in a certain instant, in a certain sense of life. You're successful, whether it's your business, whether it's your mindset, whether it's your physical nature. You have achieved some form of success. Now, what's your definition? What did you have to go through? Fashion, what did you have to go through? Let's share some gems. I'm gonna just be sitting here talking to you, having a conversation. I'm gonna bring my homies along from the ride. They're gonna be the fly on the wall. You don't even notice them, but they gonna soak up the gems too. Because why have all this information for myself, right? Why know about who you are and what you've been through for myself? Other people gotta know this information, man, because it could change their life. It could change their family's life. And this is what I do. This is why I do it, bro. There's nothing that I want for myself. that I don't want for other people to have too, because guess what? I want us all to be amazing and to be successful and to find happiness and to find out who we are and to use our gifts. All of us have gifts and talents that God gave us. It's just we don't know what to do with them. We don't know what to do with them, man. And so I just want to encourage you guys to think and create freely. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. It don't matter what your mommy say, it don't matter what your daddy say, it don't matter what your boss say, it don't matter what your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, and your wife says. You could become who you want to be. You could have that version of yourself in your head that you've always had in your head. You just ain't know how to bring it to life. You can become that person. All it takes is a conscious decision and consistency and showing up over and over and over again. But that's my food for thought for today. Just wanted to get out here and get some of this information out, man. I had to just drop that shit, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's your boy J. Ali, aka Food for Thought, aka the Young Mogul himself, and peace.